What's up, YouTube? So, in today's topic, I'm going to talk about just human sensitivity, the how much like you have to take care of the human body, and like how much stuff you have to do just to again take care of the human body. I'm also going to talk about when you're when you're trying to do the right thing, when you're trying to pursue your passions, your purposes in life. At times it's going to be very lonely, and at times a lot of people, they're going to distract you if they're not at your level, and I'm going to go more into detail about it. So let's get to it. So and I'm also going to talk about time speeding up as well, because I feel like it's a big problem that's going on right now, that time is accelerating extremely fast. So let's get to it. So when you when you're going through your day-to-day life, right, if as a human being, this human experience in the human body it requires so much needs. The human body needs food to survive. The human body needs water to survive. The human body, it's so easy for the human body to develop a lot of trauma. Like, this is why a lot of people these days are going on a healing journey. A lot of people are talking about meditations. A lot of people are talking about spirituality. A lot of people are talking about yoga. A lot of people are talking about fasting. A lot of people are talking about eating healthy. A lot of people go to therapy. A lot of people go to doctors, nurses, to get medications here and there, you know? And like when you get older, the human body naturally dies off. The human body gets weaker. The human body is extremely fragile. You have some people who are blind, some people who are deaf, who can't hear as much. Some people can't see as much, especially when you get older. Your eyesight tends to get more worse. Your hearing tends to get more worse as you age. I know a lot of people who used to have clear eyesight who don't even wear glasses, but once they got older, they need glasses because they can't see as far. And it's so easy for the human body to develop a lot of trauma, especially at a young age, when you're a baby, when you're a kid, when you're a little child. If you're not careful as a parent, or like if you have reckless parents who aren't emotionally intelligent, they're gonna mistreat the child by accident, or like they're not aware of how they're treating the child or the baby. And then when that baby and child grows up, it's gonna develop a lot of trauma. It's going to develop a lot of pain, right? And it makes me think like, not only that, but the human body, it experiences being cold. So when it's winter, the human body needs a lot of like sweaters, needs a lot of jackets, it needs a lot of clothing, right? Or when it gets too hot, the human body could pass out because the human body might have a heat stroke because it might pass out, right? So all of these are prime examples of like of how like sensitive the human body is. And what I've noticed, especially when I'm getting older, you gotta do so much just to take care of the human body. I feel like Earth, it's just so weird how like in Earth, like human beings, we could die out. We can't live outside like that. We don't have shelter, but we just live like animals. We're not gonna survive like that. We're gonna die off, or we're gonna get sick. When we're living outside, when it's extremely fucking cold, we're going to get sick. Or if it's extremely fucking hot, we're gonna pass out. So it's like, I feel like the human body, it's so, in my opinion, it's so fragile. The human body is so fucking unstable. You know, the human body, it requires so much just to fucking live. You have some human beings that kill animals, that shoot animals just so they can eat them. You have some people who fucking just destroy nature just so they can have shelter. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just how the human body is designed. I don't know why God created the human body to where it requires so fucking much, right? This is how it is. I never understood that. That shit pissed me off because the human body is such a huge burden. You know how much it takes to raise a child? There is a saying, it takes a village to raise a child. And it's true because not with children, but like the human body in general. The human body has to digest. The human body experiences pain. The human body has a lot of neurons. The human body has the human body has a nervous system. The human body feels pain. When I have a knife and stab myself, I'm going to feel pain, right? It's so easy for the human body to develop a lot of addictions. Why do you think so many people have addictions when it comes to smoking, when it comes to drinking, when it comes to having a sex addiction? People have phone addictions, electronic addictions. A lot of human beings have eating addictions. A lot of human beings have just any type of addiction that's bad for you, that's excess. That's an addiction. It's so easy for the human body to develop a lot of addictions. Now, I feel like the reason why a lot of addictions take place is because, yes, because of this world and the society we're living in. Because in this society, it's so corrupt. We have a lot of money restrictions, and this society is just so lame. The fact that we as human beings, we don't have control on how to we don't have control when it comes to our freedoms, pretty much. Because like you can't buy a car without having a certain amount of money. In order for the average person, and if you're not rich, if you're not born in the higher class, if you're like in the middle class or lower class, in order for you to make money, just so you can buy a car, so you can experience traveling and meeting different types of people and like traveling around the world, you can't do that without a car, right? So in order for you to have that car, you have to have a certain amount of money. In order for you to have a certain amount of money for the average person, you have to work at a job. Now, more than likely, if you want to work a job, you don't rather not be in that job, right? I'm not saying for everyone, but most people, they don't want to be in that job, right? When you're working at that job, most people don't like where they work at because more than likely they're around people they don't like. A lot of people, most people, not a lot, but most people are dumb as fuck. So like when they work at these jobs, this is why there's so much drama, there's so much fights, there's so much conflict, because a lot of people, they naturally like to fight each other, mentally and physically. A lot of people are dysfunctional, but so you first work at a job, you don't want to be there, you don't like the people around you, and like if money never existed, more than likely you would not work at that job, right? So when you're forced to be at that job, you don't want to be here. You got to deal with people you don't like when it comes to customers, when it comes to coworkers, and not only that, but it's a minimum wage job most likely. So, and you got to work from paycheck to paycheck. You get paid hourly, so you're pretty much sacrificing your own freedom. You're sacrificing your own time just so you can work at a job that takes up your energy, that takes up your time, right? Just so you could save enough money so you could buy a car, just so you could experience freedom. But you get what I'm saying? With this society, with this world, if you want to have something, if you wanted to experience some type of freedom, it comes at a cost. You have to sacrifice your freedom. You have to Oh yeah, I just came up with something. If you want freedom, you have to sacrifice your freedom just to get freedom. I just learned that just now. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, like, so you want to drive a car, right? And you want to experience freedom. Yeah, you have to sacrifice your freedom. You have to sacrifice your energy by working at these jobs you don't want to be in, right? Now, if you do love what you work at, if you do love your job, then that's a different story, and that's a good thing. That's why in my past videos I say, if you love what you do when it comes to these work situations, or just if you love what you do that involves the society, that involves this world, it could be anything. It could be like a pro athlete. It could be like military. It could be like at your work or like your profession. It evolves if you're getting paid. If it requires payments and time, then that's a blessing, and I feel like that's a different story. But I'm talking about if you don't like what you work at, or if you're just trying to experience this little amounts of freedom, you can't really do that because you got to waste so much time just to experience freedom. And I feel like that's the nature of this world. That's the nature of this society. Why does it cost so much just to buy a car? Why does it cost so much just to buy a house? Why do you got to work at a job you don't want to be in just so you can have somewhere where you want to live at? Why do you got to work and sacrifice your time and be a slave just so you can have a car, so you can travel around the world and meet different types of people? Why is it that? You know what I'm saying? It's just fucking weird. I never understood that. It's a hassle. And like some people they rather quit these jobs, and it's easier said than done because you gotta do so much. You know what I'm saying? Like it's ridiculous. You know. But then, as you're working that job, more than likely you got bills to pay. You got to pay for a fucking water bill. Even though water is free, even though water is our birthright, because last time I checked, human beings have a birthright to survive. Yeah, right? Water requires survival. Food requires survival. So why do human beings have to be a slave just so they can have access to those things? This is why you have a water bill. This is why you got to pay for food. Shit makes no sense. Even shelter. Like I said previously in this video, the human body requires shelter because the human body can't live outside. It's going to get sick. Why do we got to pay for shelter? You know what I'm saying? And I get it. It's part of the society. It's part of the economics. Because who's going to build these houses? Human beings, we don't have the knowledge to build houses. The only people who have knowledge to build houses are construction workers, most likely, right? So they can't just work for free. They can't sacrifice their time for free. You have to pay them, right? So I get it. I understand how this society works. I'm not trying to be like a hypocrite. I'm not trying to bitch or point out the things that are wrong in this society. I'm just pointing out like how it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but with the human body, man, like it requires so much healing. You need like the human body, it's a lifelong process to heal. What I noticed about this realm, about this third realm existence, in order for you to get something, you have to wait so fucking long, or you have to do so much just to get simple shit you desire. You know what I'm saying? This is where you get your law of attraction. Well, I don't know too much about law of attraction, but let's be real. You want $200 on the spot, right? Nah, fuck that. You want $1,000 on the spot, right? But you don't have $1,000. But you want a fresh $1,000, right? Say it to the universe, pray to God about it, envision it, and feel that you have it, right? More than likely, you're not gonna have $1,000 by the next fucking day. If anything, you're gonna have to wait months, even years, or you have to force yourself to work out a fucking job and save up, and that may take months just so you have $1,000. The reason why I say it take months is because don't forget, more than likely, if you're working, you got fucking bills to pay, such as a water bill. You got to pay for rent. You got to pay for your house. You got to pay for your car bill. You got to pay for clothes. You got to pay for shelter. You got to pay for a haircut. You got to pay for hygiene. All that shit, right? And that's where I'm getting at. Like, in this realm, you got to wait so fucking long just to get the things you want. And it's annoying, right? This is how this society is set up, you know? It's just fucking ridiculous. And not only that, but now you have time speeding up. So now, ever since 2018, time has been accelerating extremely fast. So it's extremely hard to get stuff done. The weekend, your 2-day weekend, fresh from your 9-to-5 job, 2-day weekend, it goes extremely fast. Like you can't get shit done. I tested this out. Like, I wrote down a set of tasks and goals and errands I wanted to get completed throughout the weekend, but I can't even do that shit because time is speeding up extremely fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, I want to work out. I want to go to the gym, but I also want to study. I also want to go to some appointments I got to get completed. I got to clean my house. I got to clean my living area. I got to wash my clothes. I got to go to the laundry room. But all that takes time. It takes time to work out, go to the gym. It takes time to wash your clothes and go to the laundry room. It takes time to eat lunch. It takes time to eat breakfast. It takes time to eat dinner. It takes time to shower, conduct hygiene. It takes time to clean your room. It takes time to study. You can't do all that shit in today's era, in today's timeline. You can't do that. Either if you're going to do that, you're going to be at a rush. And don't forget, like I said before, the human body is extremely sensitive. The human body is fragile. So the human body it requires a lot of needs. The human body needs to go outside because the human body is inside, stuck in the building all day. It needs fresh air. There's why, like, just today, like, time was going by extremely fast. And all weekend, I was just staying inside of my building, right? But because I was studying, I was trying to get shit done, right? But I was going kind of crazy because my mind, like you know how when you're stuck inside all day in your house or in your room all day, you're just going crazy. Like you just need fresh air, or like you're stuck in your thoughts, or like you feel lazy. That's what happened to me. I was feeling lazy. I was feeling sluggish. Like I was overthinking. My mind was racing a lot. So I needed some fresh air, right? And now I'm here right now, so I can release my thoughts. Now I'm making a YouTube video. You know what I'm saying? I'm outside. I'm getting fresh air, right? But that's why I'm saying, like, you can't, like, the human body, like, it requires so much. This is why a lot of people were not fully healed. You have people who talk about healing. People are on the self-love journey. People are on the healing journey. You can't even, if you don't shower for a couple of days, your human body's going to smell. It's going to rot. You know, it's going to stink, right? So you got to conduct perfect hygiene. But that's what I'm getting at. You need to do so much just to take care of the human body. And the worst part is when you get older, you need someone else to take care of you. I don't want to be taken care of when I get older. Like when you're 90 or 100, you need someone else to take care of you. You can't run. You can't work out like that when you're 100 years old. You can't go to the shower like that. You can't make food for yourself. You need someone else to assist you. You're like a baby all over again, but you're more self-aware. You know, so the human body, it requires so much. But as time's speeding up, it's hard for you to get tasks done because of the human body. Like, I know I'm all over the place, but I'm just speaking my mind. Like, it's insane. It's really insane. You know, I don't know why time is speeding up. It's extremely annoying. But that's the nature of this realm, you know? It's the nature of this world, like, this society. There's so much bullshit going on, you know? You just gotta adjust. That's what I'm trying to do. Like, if I see some dumb shit going on, I try to adjust, you know? But whatever. Now, I'm also gonna talk about when you're following your purpose, when you're trying to pursue your passions, more than likely, you're going to experience a lot of isolation. Now, that's happening for me. I'm not sure for you guys. A lot of people are unique. It depends on what you're doing. It depends on your life purpose. But like, for example, if you're on a vegan diet, if you're fasting, or if you're trying to release addictions, if you're trying to release alcohol and smoking, you don't want to be around people who drink alcohol and smoke. A lot of people like to do that, and like if you're trying to break these addictions, you can't afford to hang out. If you want to hang out with someone, it can't be involved drinking alcohol or smoking. If you're on a clean diet, let's say for example you're vegan or a vegetarian, right? You can't be around friends or family who likes to eat meat. So when you hang out with them, I understand the restaurant too. You can be like, hey, I'm vegan, I like this and that, but more than likely they're gonna ask you a lot of questions. They're gonna harass you, or they're gonna outcast you, this and that. And I experience that a lot. And this shit's annoying. So, but not only that, but like, basically what I'm saying is that like, when you're trying to head to the right path, a lot of people aren't gonna be at your level. I don't know why. Like, I feel like God, in my opinion, God or the universe, they'll put you in situations where like you're not going to be around like-minded people. You're not going to be around people who have the same vision as you. You're not going to be around people who are on the same vibration as you. This is how this fucking world is. This is how God is. How the universe is. Now, people may be different. It depends on your karma. It depends on your past life experiences. It depends on your life mission, whatever, right? But this shit gets annoying. So, when you're trying to head to the right path, not just with diet, but it could be with anything. When you're trying to work out, you're going to be alone a lot. A lot of people, they're not going to go to the gym as you as much. If you have strong goals when it comes to working out, when you what else? Again, it could be anything. Even with emotional intelligence, if you're around people who are fucking stupid, who are disrespectful, who lack emotional intelligence, you don't want to be around these people. I've experienced that a lot. There are times where like me, it's not that I'm sensitive, but like I require respect. I require, like, how I treat people, I respect people who treat me the same way. Coming into a connection, it could be friendship, or it could become, when I come to a connection, when it comes to like platonic friendships, romantic, or just anyone in general, if I come across a person, my intentions when I meet you is to treat you with respect, is to be kind to you, is to not cross your boundaries, and to not disrespect you. That's my intentions when I'm coming into connections with people. But from my observation with a lot of people I've been around with, when they come into connections, their intentions is to cross boundaries, is to cross your boundaries, disrespect you, talk fucking crazy to you, and to do a lot of foul shit to you, because they do that shit, not just me, but a lot of other people as well. And this is where you get your like your high value people, your emotional intelligent people, and unintelligent people, and low value people. We have a lot of low value people in this world. We have a lot of people who don't have goals, who don't have vision. A lot of people come from bad households. Well, I came from bad household as well, but at least I'm able to be willing to learn and to become a better human being. A lot of people aren't willing to do that. So this is why, like, when you're trying to better yourself, you're going to experience a lot of isolation, or like you're going to feel outcasted, or you feel different from people, because a lot of people, they're not willing to put in the work. The reason why people don't want to put in the work is because of their addictions, their bad habits, but it is their fault, but it's not really their fault. The reason why people are so susceptible to addictions and bad habits is because of the society we're living in. It's because of this world we're living in. Because like I said before, in this world, there's a lot of restrictions. You can so easily fall into bad addictions in this world, in this society. We have a lot of chemicals and drugs in these foods. We have a lot of chemtrails. We have a lot of air pollution. Pretty much everything's bad for you, like where you wash your clothes at. But there's money restrictions. We're forced to work at these jobs you don't want to be in, and we don't have real freedom. You can't even live at your own place. You can't even have your own car. You can't even have your own food, have your own water without being a slave.